It has been a very, very long weekend, man. A very, very long weekend. At the end of Monday Night Raw, I was completely all wrestled out from the weekend, with emotion running high on Saturday night with Johnny Gargano coming this close to winning the NXT Championship and probably what was one of the best matches that I've ever seen. Not only that, it was definitely the best NXT match that they ever put on, ever, in the history of that promotion. With the emotion running high with that, going on into the Royal Rumble and WWE, though making us sweat for it, gave us what we wanted in Shinsuke Nakamura winning the Royal Rumble, eliminating Roman Reigns to go on to WrestleMania and challenge AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. And then the Women's Royal Rumble, and then Ronda Rousey coming out, and all the hype and hoopla with Ronda Rousey stating that she signed a multi-year agreement with WWE and that she will be at WrestleMania. Then on into Monday Night Raw, where the road to WrestleMania finally is underway. And we have one more stop before we get to WrestleMania, and that is the Elimination Chamber, which I've always been a fan of. Last year, it was a SmackDown Live pay-per-view, one of the best matches of the year that WWE put on. I expect the same, hopefully, fingers crossed, for Monday Night Raw this year. It's shaping up to be just as good with the names that are already in it. But WWE, seemingly, they get you excited about something, and they're coming off the Royal Rumble and all this hype, and people are really excited for the product right now because we're going on into WrestleMania. Yet WWE still, they don't use their head and think about what they're doing. They just go. They just do. The biggest problem with Monday Night Raw last night, and we're gonna talk about the first ever Women's Elimination Chamber, and we're gonna talk about, all that stuff with Asuka and Sasha Banks, because I got a lot of stuff to say on that as well. But what WWE failed to capitalize on last night, and what WWE seemingly, I'm assuming they forgot what happened just a mere 24 hours ago at the Royal Rumble. If you're going to set up qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber, obviously WWE, they still could have, as soon as the Royal Rumble was over, they could have put a tweet out, they could have put a message on their website. Listen, Royal Rumble's over. Now it's time to look forward to the Elimination Chamber. We got these matches taking place on Monday Night Raw. There's going to be 6 qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. We're going to find out who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber through these qualifying matches. Fine. WWE could have did that. They didn't do that last night. They just gave you matches. They gave you Elias versus Woken Matt Hardy. They gave you Braun Strowman versus Kane. But when you're setting up qualifying matches in any type of situation, whether it's for an Elimination Chamber, whether it's for a Money in the Bank ladder match spot, whether it's for a King of the Ring tournament, whatever. If you're going to give me a first time ever match, if you're going to give me a main event that we've never seen before, unadvertised, the way you did last night, you're really shooting yourself in the foot. I mean, you got 4 weeks till the Elimination Chamber with 6 spots to fill. WWE couldn't take 1 week to let anticipation build for the following week with a John Cena Finn Balor match? What promoter or on what planet would you find that to be a right decision without any build-up whatsoever? We're going to come into Monday Night Raw. We're going to get these fancy new graphics. We're going to get a new theme song from Papa Roach, which I actually enjoyed, by the way. I thought the presentation and the visual presentation of Monday Night Raw last night was very good. I like the new graphics. I think it looks great. I have a soft spot for Papa Roach. Don't really criticize me on that one. I think they're a really good band. When I'm not listening to the shit I typically listen to, Papa Roach is a nice sit-down, easy listen. So the fact that they are back doing the Monday Night Raw theme song, I'm excited about that. It's always good to change. And there's a lot changing in WWE. There's a lot changing in WWE, and I'm glad that they made the appropriate changes to enhance the visuals and give us a new theme song. This is a new year. This is a new year. Every year they should do the same thing. But it seems like every year WWE seemingly just makes the same mistakes time and time again. Why would you give me a Finn Balor John Cena match with no advertisement? You got fucking 4 weeks till the Elimination Chamber. 4 weeks! You gave me 3 qualifying matches last night. We have more than enough time to get us through this 4-week stretch and find out who's going to be in the Elimination Chamber. I don't like that at all, man. I don't like that at all. That's not even the worst part of it. That's not even the worst part of it. How are you going to have Finn Balor come out and brag that he went 57 minutes in the Royal Rumble, and then you're going to have him come out the next night on Monday Night Raw and lose to John Cena? All because John Cena's on this kick. He's got to get to WrestleMania somehow. What about everybody else that wants to get to WrestleMania? You had 13 years to get to WrestleMania. That pisses me off, man. That pisses me off. Momentum killed coming out of the Royal Rumble. You don't let someone go 57 minutes and then put them in an unadvertised main event against John Cena and then have them lose. What is there for Finn Balor to do now? What is there for Finn Balor to do now? It looked like WWE was about to push Finn Balor the way we've been wanting since he came back from injury. With the Royal Rumble on Sunday night, it looked like that. It looked like WWE was going to give him momentum. It looked like WWE was going to give the Balor Club momentum. Looked like he could be having a big WrestleMania match. Looked like WWE could seemingly give him momentum enough to carry him through the spring and summer to challenge Roman Reigns for the WWE Universal Championship later on in the year and finally get his rematch, because you know what's not happening now with Lesnar. I'm thinking big. I'm thinking long-term here. WWE seemingly killed Finn Balor's momentum with one fucking AA last night. I don't get it. I don't get how anybody thinks that's a good idea. I don't understand it. Everything that I just mentioned to you makes absolutely no sense. No sense. We know Cena's not winning the Elimination Chamber. You're only putting him in there because he's the bigger name compared to Finn Balor. And you want to stack this thing. I don't get the logic. I really don't get the logic. How are you going to have someone go 57 minutes in the Royal Rumble, have them come out the next night for an Elimination Chamber qualifying match, and then not even go into the Elimination Chamber? John Cena's going to be at WrestleMania. He ain't going to be there for the title. Come on, man. That is a mistake WWE made last night, and it's got everyone scratching their heads. I wouldn't say that Balor is buried. I'm not going to throw that term around loosely because I don't think Balor was buried. I think Balor had a very, very, very good weekend. But WWE seemingly just, they give you what you want. They do right by somebody, and then they go right back to doing what they do best, killing momentum. That's what they did last night. They didn't bury Balor. I think Balor looked much worse in 2017. That's what I'd call buried. But coming out of the Royal Rumble, he most definitely should have entered the Elimination Chamber. No questions asked. They set up Elias versus Matt Hardy last night, and I might be in the minority here. I really might be in the minority here, but is Woken Matt Hardy really just kind of falling to the wayside now? Are you as excited for Woken Matt Hardy now when we first seen him come out and cut that great first promo? I think I stand with everybody else and say this shit sucks now. It really does. WWE is dropping the ball big time on Woken Matt Hardy. I mean, what is going on here? You got him in a match with Elias. Not even that. You got this dragged out feud with Bray Wyatt. It's going nowhere. You had him lose at Raw 25. The feud is still ongoing, which I'm assuming it will culminate at WrestleMania in some type of Hardy compound match. That's my guess. But do we really need to see Matt Hardy lose week in and week out? Matt Hardy he's being treated like everybody else on that roster instead of being a standalone, unique character that comes out not every week, but he's there and he's special and he feels special. They're making him feel like just everybody else on the roster. Come to Monday Night Raw, get in the ring, lose. Rinse and repeat every single week. How special can Matt Hardy and Woken Matt Hardy be? How special can this character be if he's losing every week? And again, I don't have any faith in WWE to give me an end game with Matt Hardy because they don't know what the fuck they're doing. You can't trust this company to do right. Then Matt Hardy comes out and says, be patient. I can be patient, but I want to see you fucking win some matches. Why are you putting him in situations that are really going to deteriorate his character? Have him come out talking about the Great War. Have him talking about coming out doing woken brilliance and all this other fucking shit. Everything's delightful. He's playing chess with fucking Napoleon Bonaparte. Coming out speaking this big game. Look at his Twitter feed. Then you're gonna have him come out and lose on Monday Night Raw every single fucking week? Don't like it, man. I don't like it. Braun Strowman and Kane was the other qualifying match. I would have been okay with these two qualifying matches. Not the Cena match. The Cena match should have been built up for another week. Tease it a little bit. Have us anticipate it coming next week. Braun Strowman versus Kane, they made this one a last man standing match. I don't know how much shit that WWE can come up with for Braun Strowman to destroy, but they're running out of options and fast. If it's not overturning a tractor trailer, if it's not tearing down scaffolding with the Monday Night Raw set, if it's not destroying an office, now he's destroying announce tables and overturning the entire stage. Never mind the announce desk. He's overturning the entire fucking stage on Monday Night Raw. What else is this? What else is there for Braun Strowman to destroy? The better question is, you're making Braun Strowman look better than Roman Reigns going into WrestleMania. So why not give him the Universal Championship? Better question or better answer to that question. Why didn't you give Braun Strowman the Universal Championship back at No Mercy? That's the better question. No, but I'm supposed to believe Braun Strowman's going to go into the Elimination Chamber and then lose to Roman Reigns. Because you know that's what it's going to come down. That's what it's going to come down to. It's going to be Braun and Roman in the end. And then everything you built up with Braun Strowman, you're going to have this fucking monster confined in a steel cage with Roman Reigns, and you're going to have him lose? That should be the pinnacle of his destruction. How is anyone going to believe Braun Strowman is not going to win that match after what you've done with this guy over the last month? I ask you. The way Roman's looking now, I know what WWE's hidden agenda behind this Roman Reigns bullshit is. He lost the Intercontinental Championship. He lost the Royal Rumble. He was one of the final two guys. He lost the rematch with The Miz last night, which I'll get to in a second. What are you trying to do, WWE? You trying to build up sympathy for Roman Reigns? You're going to try to build up sympathy for Roman Reigns? Oh, look at Roman. He can't get the job done. Then he goes into the Elimination Chamber, and then, by God, he overcomes all the odds. You're going to make him look weak going into WrestleMania. Is that what your plan is? Instead of making him look strong like everybody thought was the plan, you're going to make him go into WrestleMania looking weak. So he overcomes all the odds, and he's the big man standing over the broken body of Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania in New Orleans. Is that your fucking plan? How are you going to have Braun Strowman built up the way you built him up, going into that chamber and not win the fucking match? I don't get it. I don't get the logic here. Do you believe that Braun Strowman is going to lose this match? Do you believe that he's going to go down with one spear in that Elimination Chamber match? It's very difficult to come to a fucking conclusion on that one. Best thing about this match last night, Kane was written off television. Goodbye. Then they got Michael Cole saying that he sat up in the ER and he crawled out of the fucking hospital. Hopefully he crawls back into the fucking hole in which he came, never to return. Get the guy off my television. He's done nothing of substance since he's come back. It's 2018. We don't need to be seeing fucking Kane in the main event. Let alone a Universal Championship match, which was fucking utterly disgusting on Sunday night. Roman Reigns winning the Elimination Chamber over Braun Strowman. Give me a fucking break. So right now we got Braun Strowman, John Cena, and Elias in the Elimination Chamber. Who else are they going to add? Seriously, who else are they going to add into this match? Maybe The Miz? Then you got Roman. Who else are you going to put in that match? Who else on that brand is even capable of going in the Elimination Chamber? Samoa Joe is hurt. Sheamus and Cesaro, they're tag team champions. Maybe Jason Jordan. Maybe Seth Rollins. I don't know, man. I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. And I know there's a hidden agenda behind this Roman Reigns losing the last 3 weeks. We went from Roman possibly not even losing at all on the road to WrestleMania, just being Superman at WrestleMania, to him now losing every fucking week for the last 3 weeks. What are you doing? I was actually hoping Roman would have won the Intercontinental Championship last night because I can't stand the title on The Miz. All I was thinking, yeah, it was a decent match. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it wasn't a good match. It was a decent match, but it's the same fucking shit every single week. Every single Miz match is the fucking same. I appreciate a good heel. Don't get me wrong. I understand The Miz is a heel. Heels cheat to win. But every fucking time, the same outcome? The same result? Why do you think Jinder Mahal's title reign failed? It was the same fucking ending every pay-per-view. Every fucking match, Axel and Dallas play a factor into the fucking outcome. Why? Can The Miz win a match on his own? I don't know how you think that makes the title more prestigious. He cheats to win every single fucking week. If you're gonna have a champion, at least make him look like a fucking champion. Is The Miz not capable of winning on his own? Or do you just want to make Roman the sympathetic figure? Because he can't overcome the numbers game. Fucking bullshit. I was hoping the title would have went back to Roman. At least we would have got fucking matches that ended clean. The Miz is a shitty Intercontinental Champion. 8 fucking times. I don't give a fuck how many times he held it. 8, 18, 800. I don't give a shit. It's the same fucking outcome. That title needs to go to a baby face. I've been saying it for fucking months. Months! The title needs to be on a baby face, not named Roman. Now the rumor is WWE's booking The Miz vs. Braun Strowman at WrestleMania for the Intercontinental Championship. As if anybody has an interest in that fucking match. Ooh, the Intercontinental title is going to be at WrestleMania for the first time in what, 10 fucking years? Who gives a shit? If you're not doing anything with Balor, you already fucking killed his momentum after last night. Why are you not pushing him into the IC title picture? You got great fucking matches waiting for Finn Balor with that title. I don't know, Samoa Joe, Elias, Jeff Hardy. Why don't you listen to me and put the title on Finn Balor, please, like I've been stating since SummerSlam? What would you rather see? Finn Balor versus The Miz with the Balor Club? At least there's an equalized fucking situation there. Or Braun Strowman versus The Miz in a fucking 2-minute match that does nothing. Come on, man. WWE's got to get on the ball. WWE's got to get on the ball. Well, JD, what do you do with Braun Strowman at WrestleMania then if he's not fighting The Miz? Simple. Samoa Joe will be back. You got 3 weeks to build a program with Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman. I'd much rather see Samoa Joe versus Braun Strowman than The Miz versus Braun Strowman. That's much more of a WrestleMania match to me than putting him with the fucking Miz. You get Strowman in a match with an opponent that's much more equal to him, capable of bringing out a great match. You get Samoa Joe on his first WrestleMania. Win-win situation. Now, but I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm just the idiot who sits in his mother's basement who doesn't know jack shit. Ridiculous. Let's talk about the women. Women's Elimination Chamber, another first time ever. And no, it's not going to main event the show, nor should it. Maybe WWE will get it right this time. The Women's Chamber opens the show, and the men, which is more important, opens the show. Fuck your first time evers. Main event of WrestleMania or a fucking title worth less than the fucking paper that's sitting in front of me. Ridiculous. I don't mind a women's elimination chamber. Got to get used to it. I don't mind a women's elimination chamber. But you know we're not going to see qualifying matches here. Alexa's going to be defending the title, in which I believe she'll lose. I think she's going to lose. Right? Asuka won the Rumble. She's going to be at WrestleMania. So you're going to have Alexa. You're going to have Bayley. You're going to have Sasha. You're going to have Mickey. Who else is there? Nia. And hopefully, reason why Alicia Fox wasn't in the Royal Rumble, because she was injured. I don't know how severe her injury is, but there really is nobody else on the main roster unless they call somebody up. Unless we see a call-up. Hopefully it's Alicia Fox. If not, maybe an NXT call-up. Anybody but Dana Brooke. Because Dana Brooke is not a legitimate wrestler. She is a fucking joke. I don't mind the Women's Elimination Chamber match. But WWE needs to set out the match order much differently on February 25th than they did at the Royal Rumble. The main thing about this Elimination Chamber, and the main thing right now about the women on Monday Night Raw is, and I'm excluding Asuka here. Asuka is in a league of her own. Okay? Ronda Rousey's coming in. I don't think Ronda Rousey's going to have anything to do with the Women's Championship on Monday Night Raw. I don't. I genuinely don't think. There's more to that handshake with Stephanie McMahon than more than meets the eye. Okay? There's something there. I honestly think that WWE is going to get Triple H involved. I think WWE is going to give us the match that has been rumored for several years now. They're keeping it hush-hush. I think Ronda, even though she did point to the WrestleMania logo, you know, and come out and kind of want to shake Asuka's hand, and Asuka brushed it off. You know, she pointed to the WrestleMania logo with Charlotte and Alexa Bliss there. I don't think that really means anything. I think that's just there, you know, as like a decoy. Like, hi, I'm Ronda. I'm here. I'm going to WrestleMania. I don't think that necessarily means she's going after one of those titles. I think the real agenda here is with Stephanie McMahon. I think we're going to get Stephanie and Triple H versus The Rock and Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. That's the only thing that makes sense. That is the only thing that makes sense. Because Ronda is not even going to be here for the majority of WrestleMania season. She'll be here maybe 1 or 2 days, 1 or 2 Raws, depending on her schedule. I don't know when filming's wrapping up, but she just started filming with Mark Wahlberg in Colombia. So how often is she going to be on WWE programming? They bring her out at the Royal Rumble, she does an interview with ESPN, and then she flies right back to Colombia on Monday night, not showing face on Monday Night Raw. So how valuable is Ronda Rousey going to be to WWE now? She ain't going to fit into title plans now. What WWE needs to do with the title on Monday Night Raw is have Asuka come out and challenge Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship, because there's no bigger match you can do for a WrestleMania right now with these women than that one. And I've been stating that for about 9 months now. What do you do with the Raw Women's Championship? Get Alexa Bliss out of there. Had enough of this goddess bullshit. Alexa's flavor has gone stale. Okay, I'm tired of seeing Alexa. She's done nothing with the title. She looks like a fucking joke with the title right now. What you gotta do now is what you didn't do with Finn Balor. Sasha lasted 50 fucking minutes, right? No matter if she slid underneath the bottom rope or was sleeping on the outside for half of the fucking Rumble. I don't give a shit. 50 minutes in the Royal Rumble, right? Then you got her coming out on Monday Night Raw, and in a match with Asuka, which in itself is WrestleMania worthy. They gave you a WrestleMania worthy match. They gave you the best women's match that I've seen in the last 12 months on this 3-hour abysmal piece of shit. What you need to do with Sasha is what you didn't do with Finn Balor. I would have Bayley win the Elimination Chamber. I would have Bayley win the Elimination Chamber. I would continue sticking it to Sasha Banks. She didn't get the Rumble, but she lasted 50 minutes. Trish Stratus, she eliminated Trish Stratus or whatever the case may be, and then she got eliminated, by the Bella Twins. She was all celebrating, and she was going to eliminate Asuka. Nikki and Brie Bella showed her, listen, we're the fucking boss. Get out of here. She failed. Heartbreak at the Royal Rumble. Comes out saying nobody's ready for Asuka. Bitch, I've been ready for Asuka. Bring it. Loses to Asuka in a great match. I would continue having all this frustration build on Sasha Banks. Bayley wins the Royal Rumble. That brings her over the top. She just plays up the fact that she's happy for Bayley. And the next night after the Elimination Chamber, boom! Ratchet Sasha Banks is back. NXT Sasha Banks is back. The fucking Sasha Banks that started taking, what's that little girl's name in NXT? That little Bayley girl. I forgot her name. Took the fucking headband off her front row during that Iron Woman match. Made her fucking cry front row. That's the Sasha Banks I want to see. And if you don't think that's where WWE is headed, her attitude is much different now than it was 6 months ago. Much different. Stemming from the Royal Rumble loss and the fact that Asuka now is the head honcho in the women's division, you see the frustration building on Sasha Banks. There is no better storyline right now on Monday Night Raw than turning Sasha Banks heel into WrestleMania and giving us Bayley versus Sasha Banks at WrestleMania for the Women's Championship. Should have been that last year. WWE didn't do it. Should have been that at SummerSlam. WWE didn't do it. Now we're in New Orleans at WrestleMania 34. Now you do it. Now you do it. And you make Sasha into an even bigger star because of it. Because you got Ronda, who's coming in as a babyface, so you can kind of offset and you can kind of play around with turning someone else heel. Sasha Banks is the perfect candidate. Sasha Banks versus Bayley for the Raw Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Asuka versus Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship at WrestleMania. Pay me! That's what needs to happen. As far as the Women's Elimination Chamber match goes, there ain't going to be no qualifying matches. I'm okay with it. I just hope somebody legitimately does not get hurt. Because that's going to be more dangerous than a Royal Rumble. Other than that, this Monday Night Raw offered nothing. I felt okay after the first hour, and then this show dragged. This show felt like 6 hours compared to the normal 3. But those are the big things that happened on Monday Night Raw. We're going to get into the rest of the show and the outcomes, which really is nothing. Is really nothing here. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. I want to thank everybody for all the support this weekend. Royal Rumble review is nearing 100,000 views. We're sitting at 90,000 right now, real time. Almost 3,000 thumbs up. You guys are great, man. Thank you so much for all the overwhelming support. A lot of people agree with me. Some people disagreed with me. But those people that disagree with me, it's usually, fuck you, JD, you're a smart mark. They don't offer any opinion. They don't offer any rebuttal to what I said. It's usually just, fuck you, JD, you suck. So what you're telling me is that I'm right and you're a fucking dumbass. That's what you're telling me. So I sit in this chair still feeling good about what I said in my Royal Rumble review. So thank you guys so much for all that. And more to come. NXT was great this weekend. NXT reviews on the channel right now. So if you guys missed any of that, live on the channel right now. Go and check it out. Show some support. Follow me on Twitter at JDFROMNY206. Lots of tweet activity this weekend with the Royal Rumble. We are now at 20,500 on Twitter. Subscribe down below. We are nearing 88,000, man. We went from 87. We're fast tracking our way to 88,000. So we're on our way there, man. Let's keep it going. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for notifications. I want to thank everybody for checking out Harry's as well. I'm going to be using Harry's today. I gotta shave. Make sure you guys check out Harry's. Harrys.com/script for the best shave of your life. You're going to get a free shave set. Free shave set on the house. All you guys got to do is pay shipping and handling. $2 or $3 max. You're going to get a free shave set, razor handle, razor blade protective case, and shave gel for free. Harrys.com/script. I never put my name to anything unless I am physically using the product. So you guys know you're going to get a great fucking product in return just for supporting the show. Harrys.com/script. Thank you for all who checked it out. And I want to thank Audible for continuing their support of the podcast. 1 month free of Audible is yours. Just for going to our link, audibletrial.com/offthescript. You're going to get 1 month free and one free audio book of your choosing on the house just for listening to Monday Night Raw review. The show started off with Stephanie McMahon in the ring with Asuka. Alexa Bliss will defend her title in the first ever women's Elimination Chamber match.
Asuka, congratulations on your historic win last night. You are going to WrestleMania. Now, normally this would be the moment where I would ask you which champion you were going to face. Is it the SmackDown Women's Champion, Charlotte? Is it the Raw Women's Champion, Alexa Bliss? But before you make that decision, you might want to wait. Because Alexa Bliss, well, she might not be Raw Women's Champion come WrestleMania. That's because Alexa Bliss will be defending her championship in 4 weeks in the first ever all-women's Elimination Chamber match.
Wow.
With that being said, Asuka, this is your night. This is your moment. Tell them what you want to say. Arigato, WWE Universe!
Don't know what she's saying, but it sounds good.
私の旅はまだまだこれから始まったばっかりなんですわ。私がここに来たんはチャンピオンになるためや。
Now that I understand.
At WrestleMania, I will become the champion! Because no one is ready for Asuka! You see, last night was a dream come true. Last night, we got to make history and main event a Royal Rumble yet again. You see, Asuka, last night I got to share a ring with 29 incredible women, and one of them being you. Last night I proved that I can go the distance. So nobody's ready for Asuka? I'm ready for Asuka tonight.
I wouldn't even mind seeing this again at WrestleMania for the title. If they give Banks the title at the Elimination Chamber and we do this.
We will have the boss.
Still would rather see Charlotte, though.
Banks go one-on-one against Asuka.
Now that I am very, very okay with. What?
That's the way Monday Night Raw opened up. Figured that they would do something with the women to start the show. And then we went right on into Braun Strowman and Kane in a last man standing match. This one really didn't do anything. Braun dragged Kane over to the commentary table where Corey Graves, Michael Cole, and Jonathan Coachman, which I have not touched upon yet. A, he sounds better than Booker T. B, he was a little off because I think he was just so excited to be there, and he's got to get more polished with what's going on right now. He tried to have more conversation with Michael Cole and Corey Graves and actually lend his critique to what's going on in the ring. There were some parts where Michael Cole, you kind of sense Michael Cole was getting frustrated with Coachman. Let's not talk about that. Let's talk about what's going on in the ring, at one point he said. Coachman asking, Corey Graves questions that you would ask somebody sitting next to you at the bar. Like, listen, are we going to have a conversation one-on-one, or are we going to talk about what's going on in the ring, or are you going to critique what's going on in the ring and tell the story about what's going on in the ring? Coachman sounded great. I'm happy to see him back. I've always liked Coachman. Give him a few weeks. He's going to get right back into the flow of things. I'm not going to nail him already because of, him being back 1 week and kind of fucking up here and there. He's been away for a very, very long time. This is a vastly different product than what was when he was there. So give him some time. I think Coach is going to fit into that role very well. And his voice is so much more easy to listen to than Booker T. So I'm glad they got rid of Booker T on the Monday Night Raw commentary table. It just sounds a little bit more professional with Coachman there on Monday nights. Braun Strowman tips the entire announce table over, off the stage, on to Kane. Referees call the match. Kane is unable to make the last man standing 10 count. Braun is qualified for the Elimination Chamber. We see all these replays going over and over and over. Braun Strowman then walks to the back. Kurt Angle comes out. Angry Kurt Angle is best Kurt Angle. He confronts Braun Strowman about what he did. How many times do I have to explain this to you on Monday Night Raw? You can't go out there and start injuring people as you see fit. Braun Strowman has an answer for Kurt Angle. So this is what he had to say to the general manager.
A live shot back in the locker room area. Again, they're going to transport Kane to a local medical facility. And there is the monster among men again.
Braun!
People are terrified to be in his presence.
How many times do we have to have this conversation? On a night like this, with the whole world watching, you continue to put guys in danger every single week. Can you give me a break? Can you give me one break? You know what, Kurt? You're right. You're right that I didn't do more! Because you said last man standing, and that's exactly what I did! Just like an Elimination Chamber, I'll be the last one standing. And just like in WrestleMania, I'll be the last one standing over Brock Lesnar.
Gotta love Braun's intensity, man. You gotta love Braun's intensity. Qualifying match is Elias versus Woken Matt Hardy. Jeremy Borash, we'll talk about this on Off the Script, has left Impact Wrestling. Everybody who thought was a lifer at Impact Wrestling, they didn't sign him. Signs with WWE. Jeremy Borash and his voice, his talent, going to be very good on WWE television, man, whether it's a backstage interview or maybe we can start seeing some improvements or enhancements to the Matt Hardy character that is seemingly failing on WWE television. Because Jeremy Borash was one of the vital parts to the broken Matt Hardy gimmick. Maybe he can lend his broken brilliance to Woken Matt Hardy. So it's going to be very interesting to see there. Hardy loses here. Interference by Bray, not Bray himself. The lights went out. Graphic flashes, and the lights come back on. Matt Hardy turns around. He eats a drift away from Elias. 1, 2, 3. After the match, Elias stands tall. Wyatt comes onto the Titantron, just laughing with Matt Hardy laying in the middle of the ring. Matt then starts laughing back at Bray Wyatt. Roman Reigns versus The Miz in a rematch for the Intercontinental Championship. Miz wins here. Miz Taraj, they were chased off by Roman Reigns mid-match with a steel chair. At the end of the match, they come back out to ringside. Reigns has some offense with The Miz back and forth. Referee checks on Miz. Dallas is on the apron. He grabs Reigns. Reigns yanks Dallas into the ring. Knocks Axel off the apron with a Superman punch. Reigns then spears Dallas in the ring. Miz takes advantage of all this chaos. Rolls Reigns up from behind for the pin. The Miz retains the Intercontinental Championship. And you guys know my thoughts on that. We went over that in the beginning of the show. Still a good match. I just wish at this point neither one of these men were vying for the Intercontinental Championship. What is best for the Intercontinental Championship is new blood. If you're going to have The Miz retain the Intercontinental Championship here, and you're going to have Finn Balor seemingly killed with his momentum with John Cena's win at the end of this show, you know, you got to do something with Finn Balor. Put him in a title situation. No better situation than the IC title and The Miz. The Revival versus Rhino and Heath Slater. This one was pretty academic. Shatter Machine to Rhino for the win. Revival get the win. After the match, Dash and Dawson stand tall. Charlie Caruso is there again interviewing the Revival. Dawson says they just defeated the first ever SmackDown Live Tag Team Champions. Dawson asks how they compare to the legendary Graham brothers, but Charlie Caruso is not familiar with them. Dash then says Charlie doesn't care, just like the fans who are just too busy chanting ECW in an attempt to get themselves over. Dash says the Revival has learned from the past, but the fans just keep living in it. So it looks like the Revival might be the next in line to challenge the Bar for the Tag Team Championships. We might get one more match, because you know how they have their rematch clause with Rollins and Jordan, and I think that's when we see the real breakaway split with Jordan and Rollins, which leads to their match at WrestleMania. In slide the Revival. You got your next tag team title feud for Monday Night Raw. Sasha Banks versus Asuka. This was a fantastic match. Probably the best women's match I've seen in the last 12 months on Monday Night Raw. I've stated since WrestleMania last year that Sasha Banks has been the best in-ring performer on the main roster as it pertains to the women. That was and has lived up to that very statement. So Sasha Banks and Asuka. Sasha Banks took an unbelievable amount of punishment in this match. Not only from the stiff shots from Asuka, but she did a suicide dive, which a lot of people are calling for her to just stop suicide diving because she's so reckless. She suicide dived, or at least attempted to suicide dive, onto Asuka here. And before she even cleared the ropes, Asuka kicked her square in the face. She landed on her neck onto the ring apron and then tumbled down and hit the mat below. She looked legitimately fucked up. So Sasha Banks needs to tone it down. Otherwise, we're going to have another Paige situation on our hands. So Sasha then at the end sends Asuka into the corner. She blocks the Asuka lock. Sasha nails a backstabber. Sasha with the bank statement. Asuka ends up turning the hold into the Asuka lock. Sasha tries to get out. She cannot. So Asuka reverses the bank statement into the Asuka lock, and Sasha taps out. Very, very good match. Looks like Sasha and the frustration building that she can't overcome everything that's being thrown in front of her. It just spells a perfect storyline for her to turn heel, and there's no better person for her to fully turn heel on than Bayley. That's why I say give Asuka Charlotte, and then put Sasha versus Bayley for the Monday Night Raw Women's Division for the title. Titus Worldwide versus The Bar, Raw Tag Team Championships. The crowd was dead for this show. Philadelphia on Monday night was just dead overall. I'm assuming they were exhausted from the NXT show and then the Royal Rumble, so you really can't blame them. But for this match, nobody gave a shit. The Bar win here. They hit that assisted white noise for the pin to retain. I really didn't give a shit. I don't give a fuck about Titus Worldwide. I just don't give a shit about the tag team division on Monday Night Raw. And it's very difficult to care about anything tag team wrestling-wise on Monday Night Raw when you got Titus Worldwide challenging for the tag team championships. Finn Balor versus John Cena. John Cena wins this match, as you guys, I am sure, are aware of. Cena powers Balor up to the top rope, hits a super AA, does a 2 sweet on the way down. He gets the win and the chamber spot. John Cena looks at the WrestleMania sign, hits the music, and Monday Night Raw goes off the air. So we got 3 confirmed Elimination Chamber participants. We got John Cena, Braun Strowman, and Elias. And that is the way Monday Night Raw ended. You guys know my thoughts on that. We spent a good portion of the beginning of this video talking about that. Match really wasn't all that. It was very slow. It was very methodical. It was very John Cena paced. Okay? This match was so boring that they had a test of strength spot in this match. Don't really want to see Finn Balor doing tests of strength with anybody. It's not really his forte. This match was boring. This match should have been given another week to marinate. And in that week, you should have planned a better match for these 2 guys. And I stand by that. This match was terrible. It did nothing for me, and the wrong man won. John Cena's going to be at WrestleMania. He ain't fighting for no title, but he's going to WrestleMania. Don't know why you couldn't give Finn Balor the spot. Even though he probably wouldn't have won, it would have kept his momentum going following 58 minutes in the Royal Rumble. That's your Monday Night Raw review. If you guys missed anything on the channel, live right now, go and check it out. I'll see you guys tonight for SmackDown Live. Hopefully, we see the next layer for the Nakamura AJ Styles match that's just going to be too sweet at WrestleMania 34. Thank you guys so much. Hit that thumbs up, and I'll see you guys tonight for SmackDown Live. I'll talk to you later.